let's solve some questions from the chapter Ratio and Proportions. So, the number of teeth of and age of a person vary directly with each other, inversely with each other, neither directly nor inversely with each other, sometimes directly and sometimes inversely with each other. So, here this is a very funny question. So, we know that how the teeth of a human being, the number of teeth vary of a human being, right? So, when we are born, we doesn't have any teeth. Then we acquire some teeth, which is 28. Then we lose them, and again we get 32. And again, when we are aging, when we get a lot of age, it loses again. So, what is this relation? Is it directly increasing with the age, or is it directly decreasing with the age? No, it's neither. But it's sometimes directly increasing and sometimes directly decreasing. So, the correct option for this question is sometimes directly and sometimes inversely with each other. Now, which of the following vary inversely with each other? Speed and distance covered and taxi fare, distance travelled and time taken, speed and time taken. So, what is the concept of distance, speed and time? Say that I have a distance 100 meters and I cover this distance in say 1 minute. Now, what is my speed? The speed is the rate at which I am covering this distance. So, here speed is equal to distance covered by the time taken, which is 60 seconds. So, now what happens when do we say that the speed is more? We could say that the speed is more when the same amount of distance is covered in lesser time, right? So, is speed and distance inverse with each other? No, it's not, because the distance remains constant, right? Here, the distance is constant, or the distance doesn't, if we're increasing the distance, the speed also increases when the time is constant. So, this is not right. Now, distance covered in taxi fare. How about that? Can you travel in a taxi for longer distance and pay less? No, you cannot. So, basically, this is the wrong answer. Now, distance traveled and time taken. So, whenever we are going from one point to another point, we are covering a distance in a time, right? Now, when we are covering more distance, we require more time. So, basically, that is also not inverse with each other. Now, speed and time taken. See here, speed is inversely proportional to time, right? Because when do we say that the speed increased? We say that the speed increased when we travel an amount of distance in much lesser time, right? So, speed and time taken are inverse to each other. Now, both x and y are in direct proportion, then 1 by x and 1 by y are. This is a very simple question, because x is to y is saying that when x is increasing, y is also increasing. So, what happens when 1 by x is increasing, 1 by y also increases, right? So, they are also in direct proportion. Now, if two quantities p and q vary with each other, then, so basically this question might have two answers. Why? Because if p and q are directly proportional to each other, so basically this sign is called the proportionality sign. This is the proportionality sign. So, what does this mean? This means that P increases when Q is also increasing. Now, how do we say that P is inversely proportional to Q? Or when P is increasing, Q is decreasing? We say that P is directly proportional to 1 by Q. Now, we know that when P is increasing, Q is decreasing, right? So, here the question is, if two quantities P and Q vary with each other, then, so we have two answers here. If P is directly proportional to Q, we could say that P by Q equal to a constant. How did this happen? So, this is a pretty simple concept. Whenever we are using a proportionality sign and we are converting it into an equal to sign, we multiply the term with the constant. So, when we say that P is directly proportional to Q, we get that P is equal to a constant into Q. Therefore, P by Q would be a constant, right? Now, when we are saying that P is inversely proportional to Q, this means that P equal to a constant into 1 by Q, which means that P into Q is equal to a constant. So, P into Q and P by Q remains a constant. So, if the question was P and Q vary directly with each other, then we will get that P by Q is a constant. If it was inversely with each other, we will get that P into Q is a constant. Now, moving on to the next question. The variable X is inversely proportional to Y, right? If X is increased by P%, then by what percent will Y decrease? The answer is very simple, which is P%. Why? Because when X is increased by P%, as it is directly proportional, Y will decrease by P%. Now, L varies directly as M and L equal to 5 when M equal to 2 by 3. Find L when M equal to 16 by 3. So, L is to M is actually in the thing as L is directly proportional to M. So, when L equal to 5, M equal to 2 by 3. So, we have to find L dash when M is equal to 16 by 3, right? So, what do we do here? We know that the product of extremes equal to the product of means. So, we know the product of extremes equal to the product of means. Now, let's write it down here. Product of extremes equals to the product of means. Now, what is the product of extremes? 5 into M. And what is the product of means? 2 by 3 into 16 by 3. We could actually solve it in a different way, because 5 is to 2 by 3 is written as 5 by 2 by 3, right? And this would be equal to L dash by 16 by 3. So, L dash, this is L dash, okay, this is 5 into 16 by 3, okay, this is not the product of extremes and means. So, we are saying, we'll rewrite it. We are saying product of extremes equal to product of means. We get that L is to M is directly proportional to L dash is to M dash. So, 5 is to 2 by 3 is proportional to L dash is to 16 by 3. So, 5 into 16 by 3 is equal to 2 by 3 into L dash. So, this becomes L dash is equal to 5 into 16 by 3 into 3 by 2. That is the same thing we get here. L dash is equal to 2 by 3 into 3 by 16. There was a 5 here, right? So, into, so this would cancel out. This is 8 and we get the answer is 40, right? This is inverse here because it comes on this side. So, it's 16 by 3 into 5. So, we cancel out 3 and 3. 3 and 3 is cancel out and we had 2 and 16, that is 8, and 8 into 5 is 40. Now, the answer for this question is 40. Now, moving on to the next question. The fourth proportional to 3, 5 and 21 is. So, we have 3 is to 5 proportionality, 21 is to something, right? So, product of means equal to the product of extremes. So, 3x is equal to 5 into 21. So, x is equal to 5 into 21 divided by 3. So 3 and 21, it's 7 times, and 7 fives are 35. So the answer here is 35. Now, what must be added to each term of the ratio 49:68 so that it becomes 3:4? So we have 49:68 here, which could also be written as 49 by 68. So when we add a number here, right? When we add a number on both of these, we get it to the ratio 3:4, which can be written as 3 by 4. So this is equal to 3 by 4. We could write that 4 into 49 plus x is equal to 3 into 68 plus x. So what is 49 times 4? 4 nines are 36, 4 fours is 16, plus 3 is 19. So 196 plus 4x is equal to 68 into 3. 8 3s are 24, 6 3s are 18, and we have 20 here. So 204 plus 3x. We subtract it, so we get 4x minus 3x equals 204 minus 196, which is equal to 8. So we get x is equal to 8. Now moving on to the next question. A bag contains rupees 600 in the form of 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise coins in the ratio 3:4:12. Now we have to find the number of 25 paise coins. Here the thing we have to keep in mind is that 2 50 paise coins gives us 1 rupee, right? And 4 25 paise coins gives us 1 rupee. So this ratio is basically the ratio in the form of this is 1 rupee, this is 50 paise, and this is 25 paise. So when we have to convert it into 1 rupees, we'll convert this fraction into the form of rupees, 1 rupee, right? So this is 3 by 1 is to 4 by 2 is to 12 by 4. So this is equal to 3:2:3. Now we are saying we are dividing 600 rupees to 3 into 2 into 3. That is 3 plus 3 6 plus 2 8. We are dividing 600 rupees to 8 parts, right? So how many 25 paise coins do we have? 3 out of 8, right? So it's 3 by 8 of 600, which is, we could cancel this both out. By 2 we get, by 4 we get here 2, and 1 4s are 4, 25 and 2. Again we are cancelling this. We get 7 2s are 14, 1 0 0, 75 into 3. Now 75 into 3 is 5 3s are 15, 7 3s are 21 and 22. So we have rupees 225 as 25 paise coins. Now how much 25 paise coins is that? For that we multiply 225 into 4, because each rupee is 4 25 paise coins. So 5 4s are 20, 2 balance, 4 2s are 8 plus 2 is 10, 1, so 4 2s are 8 plus 1 is 9. So the answer is 900. Now the cost of making an article is divided between materials, labors and overhead in the ratio 5:3:1. If the material costs 6.90, then the cost of the article is. So basically cost of making cost of article is divided between materials, labors and overhead in the ratio 5:3:1, right? If the material cost is 6.90, Then the cost of article, we have to compute this. So we know that 5 by, what is the total here? 9. 5 by 9 is 6.90. 5 by 9 of the cost of article, let's say C, is 6.90. Then C is equal to 6.90 into 9 by 5, right? So this is 5, we could cancel here out. 1 5s are 5, 19, 3 5s are 15, then 401.38 into 9. So what is 1.38 into 9? We will do 138 into 9, 9 8s are 72, 7, 9 3s are 27, 27 plus 7 is 34, 3, 9 1s are 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have 2 decimal points. So the cost is 12.42. Let's move on to the next question. If A by 3 equals B by 4 equals C by 7, then A plus B plus C by C is equal to what? Okay, this is a new method to solve this problem. So we could say that if A by 3 equal to B by 4 equal to C by 7, we could say that all of these equal to a constant K, right? So we say that A by 3 equal to a constant K, therefore A is equal to 3 times K. Now we say that B by 4 is equal to K, therefore B is equal to 4K. Now we have C by 7 equal to K, therefore we have C is equal to 7K. Now let's compute A plus B plus C by C. So A is 3K plus B is 4K plus C is 7K by C is 7K again. So 7 plus 3 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. We have 14K divided by 7K. We could cancel out the K's, then 7 and 14 cancels out to 2. So we got the answer as 2. Now moving on to the next question. Out of the ratios 7 is to 20, 13 is to 25, 17 is to 30 and 11 is to 15, which is the smallest? So how do we find the answer of these questions? We change these ratios into fractions. So 7 is to 20 is 7 by 20 and we'll see the value of it. 7 by 20, 0, we'll get 0 and we have 7 here again, so we put a point. 70 and 20, so 3 into 20 is 60, 3 into 20 is 60, we have 10 and 5, so this is 0.35. Now 13 by 25, let's see, 13 by 25, we could actually multiply 13 by 4, that is 4 3s are 12, 4 1s are 4 and 5, that is 52 by 100. How did we do this? I multiplied both of these by 4, then I got 52 by 100 and this is 0.52, right? Now 17 by 30, right? Now we'll do 1.7 divided by 3, that is 1.7 divided by 3, 0.17, it's 5 3s are 15, so we get 2, 0, 6 3s are 18, again 2, so we'll get something around like 0.56 something. Now we have 11 by 15, right? So 11 by 15 is actually equal to 22 by 30, but it's the same. Let's do the division here. 11 by 15, so 0 is 0, we get 11, 110. How many times 15 in 110? So 15 into 8 is 5 8s are 40, 8 1s are 8, 8 plus 4 is 12, it's 120. So it's 15 into 7, 7 5s are 35, 7 1s are 7 and 10. So we get 7 15s are 105, we get 5 balance, 0, anyway it's 0.7 something. So which is the smallest among here? It's 7 by 20. So the first option, 7 by 20 is the right answer. Now, rupees 770 has been divided among A, B, C in such a way that A receives 2 by 9th of what B and C receives together. Then A's share is. So this is a very fun question, right? So we have in total 770 rupees. Now this is divided amongst 3 people, A, B and C. How is it divided? A, the amount that A is receiving is 2 by 9th the amount of what B and C are getting in total. That means A is equal to 2 by 9 B plus C. So then we have to calculate the share of A, right? So let's see. We have total 770. We can write this as A equal to 2 by 9 into B plus C. So 2 by 9 B plus C plus B plus C is equal to 770. So we have how many parts here? Okay, so this is 770. We have 2 by 9 B plus 2 by 9 C plus B plus C equal to 770. So again, we get 2 by 9 plus 1. 1 plus 2 by 9 is 9 plus 2 by 9. It's 11 by 9. So 11 by 9 B plus 11 by 9 C equal to 770, right? So we take 11 by 9 into B plus C equal to 770 and we get B plus C equal to 770 into 9 by 11, right? So 11 and 770 we could cancel it as 70 and 70 into 9, 7 9s are 63 and 630. So we have to receive A's share. So what is A's share? We know that A's share plus B's share plus C's share is equal to 770. So A's share is equal to 770 minus B plus C, right? So it's 770 minus 630, which gives us 7 minus 3 is 4 and 140. We got the answer here. Now, if x varies inversely as y, that is x is inversely proportional to y, and x equal to 20 when y equal to 600. So, xy is a constant, right? Xy is a constant because it's inversely proportional. So, 20 into 600 is equal to 6 2s are 12 and we put 3 zeros here, we get 12,000. So, we have to find y when x is equal to 400. So, how do we find y? We find y by constant divided by x. What did the constant here? It was 12,000 and this was x is 400. Cancel out 2 zeros and 4, 12, 3. The answer is 30. Now, if 2x equal to 3y equal to 4z, then x is to y is to z equal to. So, we have 2x is to 3y is to 4z. We have to find x is to y is to z. So, we need to cancel out all these numerators, right? So, what is the common multiple in 3, 4? Highest common multiple is 3, 2 and 4. We could say 4 into 3 is 12, 12 into 2 is 24. We could take 12 as it. Why? Because 2x by 12 is to 3y by 12 is to 4z by 12. We get a constant here anyway, right? Yeah. So, we cancel this out. 6, 4, we get 3. So, x is to y is to z is equal to, so we have 6 is to 4 is to 3. We take it here. So the answer is 6 is to 4 is to 3. Now, the ratio of number of boys and girls in a school of 720 students is 7 is to 5. How many more girls should be admitted to make the ratio 1 is to 1? So basically in this question, the ratio is 7 is to 5 here. That is, out of 12 parts of students, 7 by 12, that is 7 of them, if we are taking 12 students, 7 of them are boys and 5 of them are girls. Okay, so the question is, how much girls should be admitted more to make it like the amount of the equal amount of boys, right? So let's see what is 7 by 12 of 720. So we should reduce it by 4. 4 threes are 12 and 1 fours are 4. 32, 8 fours are 32 and 0. Now again by 3 we get 60. 6 sevens are 42. We have 420 boys. And how many girls do we have? We have, this is boys. Now the girls we have already is 5 by 12 of 720. Again 12 and 720 would be 60. Now 6 5s are 30. So 300 girls. So how many more girls should be there? It should be 420 minus 300, 0, 2, 1. We need 120 more girls to make the ratio equal to the ratio of boys.